NFT workshop hosted by Taylor's University Agents of Tech and Taylor's Bursa Young Investor Club. So the objectives of this workshop are to bring awareness about the technology behind NFTs, how NFT works, and get started in the investment of digital assets, as well as to encourage the young generation to have more understanding of the NFT space that is growing rapidly. So a brief introduction about Taylor's Agents of Tech is that we are an official technology club at Taylor's University, and we devoted ourselves to the gaining and distribution of the knowledge of everything technology related to any students who are interested. Our mission is to bring more valuable knowledge and develop technological skills in students to be ready for the working environment of the 21st century. And in collaboration with us is Taylor's Bursa Young Investor Club, which educates and nurtures the youngsters in investment and trading, as well as any business-related skills. Their mission is to elevate the financial literacy of Taylor students, and it is a platform for like-minded individuals to share their financial knowledge. Moving on, introducing our speaker for today, Nicole Yap, who is an alumni of Taylor's University as well as the founder of Asian, which was launched to celebrate and showcase Asian art and culture, as well as represent Asians in the NFT space. So a short introduction about Nicole is that she started her cryptocurrency journey back in 2013 when she was in high school. And utterly intrigued by the technology, she began immersing herself in the blockchain world and has been investing in crypto. After graduating from university, she first ventured into the F&B industry and later explored and joined the world of NFTs early last year. And after joining the NFT space, Nicole found out that there is a serious lack of representations of Asians and women in the space. And that is when she created Asian along with two other co-founders, which became the #1 project ranked on OpenSea in 24 hours. And Nicole envisioned that Asian being a global, inclusive community that brings together members who share admiration for Asian cultures, and they aim to represent and educate and build a lasting presence in the NFT space. So without further ado, let us pass the floor to Nicole.
Hey everybody, can you guys see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yep, happy to be here. Before I start, I do see there's a few of you guys vandalizing the slides, which I don't appreciate at all. I think one of it was like markers and, is it possible for the team to just kick them out? Because I don't think that this is appropriate at all. I mean, you guys are adults, I don't think that you guys should be doing this. Whoever you are, that is quite funny, but not in this setting. You can do it offline, do it with your friends, go to your family, go to your friends, not here. So that is something that I would appreciate. Yeah, maybe we can give a minute for them to really think about their actions and you can leave the room. Yeah. I will get prepared on the slides and we can start. This is really exciting. It's my first time speaking to students about NFTs. Most of the time, people that I talk to, they do know about NFTs and stuff. Yeah, so okay, I'll give you guys a minute. That Marcus guy, make sure he's out of this room. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, great. Thanks, Cheryl, for kicking all that anyone out? So anyone who tries to do that, like that, you know, you guys will be out of the room. I really don't appreciate that, especially on my slides. That was really childish. I don't like that. So annoying. Yeah, so okay, let's start. You know, to introduce myself, my name is Nicole. I used to be a Taylor student. I went to Taylor's, I used to go to school in Sri Garden, which is also under the same branch as Taylor's. Now they are called Taylor's International School. So I've been there since like 3 years old, and then my whole life. You know, I just studied in Taylor's, and I went to the Foundation in Business. That was in 2013, I think, 2013 to 2014. Yeah, and then I went to Melbourne for my uni. I went to RMIT, and then I graduated with a business degree. Yeah, so I would say like everyone here, you guys are watching, you guys are kind of like wondering what is the NFTs and stuff. Yeah, so you know, so I guess a lot of you guys have been kind of hearing around people talking about NFTs and all that kind of things and wondering what it is. So you know, Cheryl, she's my cousin, and you know, she invited me to talk. So I don't usually do like just talks like that, but I'll be happy to share, especially to, you know, people who want to learn. Yeah, so let's just dive into it. So what is an NFT? So NFTs are basically, they are called non-fungible tokens. So non-fungible, which means they are one of a kind. So they are unique, not like a token. So for instance, like if you buy a token, like a Bitcoin, right? One Bitcoin is the same as another Bitcoin, right? So they are all the same. You can trade, you can buy, you can sell them, and they are all the same. They are not unique, right? So they are just a form of tokens. But for NFTs, it's different because they are a token as well. So each individual digital asset or digital asset, you know, they are all unique tokens, but you know, they look different. Like they look different. So so like for instance, let's say like this bored ape here, you see this is an NFT as well. And then on the bottom right, you do see another NFT, which is kind of look like an Empress of China. So this is one of our NFTs, Asian NFT. Yeah, so I hope you guys don't mind the scribbling. It's fine, we can still carry on. Yeah, so basically that is basically digital, like, I mean, that is basically NFT. So basically it's a digitalized asset where you can own, that lives on the blockchain forever, and it's yours to keep. No one can take it away from you and things like that. Yeah, so that is that. Yeah, so wait, how do I go back? Is there any way where we can just like clear all that drawings? Oh, okay. Okay, that's so annoying. I'll need to clear. Okay, so basically, what is an NFT art? So NFT art is, let's say you have like a digital asset, right? So it's a digital piece. You see there's like the first photo here on the left. And what we do is that we take this photo and put it on the blockchain. So you mint it on like a smart contract. And essentially what the smart contract does is that they keep all the information of the NFTs there. So let's say if you were to launch a project, right? And for my project, we have 8,888 artwork. So we put 8,888 of NFTs into the smart contract. And we actually have like different rarities. We have like, you know, like all this pricing and stuff like that. We all put it in in the smart contract, even in terms of like the payouts as well. So instead of doing it manually, of like, you know, like putting up an item individually up there on the blockchain and then naming it, and then, you know, pricing it, and then also putting out like in terms of the payment payout, like after this is sold, like who is it going to be, like who is it going to be sent to? You can actually put everything into the smart contract, and it's kind of like a bulk thing where you just put everything in and the smart contract does everything for you. So for my project, we put out 8,888 NFTs into the smart contract. We set them at a fixed price, which is 0.08 ETH. you know, and then that is it. So people can actually go to our website and mint it and stuff like that. I'm gonna show you like more details later on. But essentially that is how it is. And once the contract is deployed and once the NFT is minted, a token is generated. So each individual NFTs have their own unique token. So this is the whole concept of NFTs, is that even if you have like a duplicate of the exact same art, because anyone can just screenshot and then just take a photo and then kind of mint it up again, but you can always find the original owner of it, because you can actually look at, you know, you can backtrack in terms of like the date minted, and you know, some like for other collections, some collections are verified as well. So you can kind of use all these tools to really find like who is the exact owner and stuff like that. Yeah, so that is that. And yeah, so these are some of the examples of blue chip projects. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. So these are like the top 5 that like everyone in the NFT space knows about. So the first, it's the BAYC, which is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So this was launched last year on March. So a few of my friends and my team actually minted it a long time ago. So it was minted for like 0.08 ETH. And right now, today's market price, it's about 130 ETH, which is a lot of money. So, you know, the prices have spiked a lot. And a lot of you guys will actually wonder, like, why would a JPEG, why would a Bored Ape cost so much? And, you know, behind a JPEG, essentially this NFT, there is a really strong community behind it. And also they only have like 10,000 supply. So if you look, you know, there is 8 billion people around the world, right? And there's only like 10,000 apes. So everyone wants to get an ape, right? So this is why the price actually spiked up. And on top of that, there is also a lot of utilities behind it and a really strong community as well. When I first started, I mean, I didn't buy an ape at first because I know I didn't like the ape, but later on I bought one because I do see how the community is very helpful. So so they actually have this thing going on. It's called ape follow ape. So if you just tweet your ape and you hashtag ape follow ape, you can see like the next minute or like the next 10 minutes, like a swarm of apes would actually come and follow you back, because the community is so strong and everybody just wants to support each other. So even you don't know that person, and you know, just by the fact that you own an ape, people will come talk to you and they will like connect with you and stuff. And this is why the space is so interesting. Yeah, so you have BAYC, you have MeBits, you have Azuki. So Azuki is one of the newest ones that are really, really, really popular as well. You have Doodles and you have CryptoPunk. So CryptoPunk has been kind of like the OG. They have been around since 2017. Yeah, around 2017, and they actually blew up. Visa, you know, Visa, MasterCard, the credit card company actually bought a CryptoPunk last year. They bought it for about $200,000 US. And back then, I think that really shaped a lot of like Web2 retail companies, because they're like, no way, it's like, you know, like a solid company actually is buying like a JPEG, and everybody find it so ridiculous. But later on, it was a good investment because the price spiked up, and you know, due to the supply and demand, it's a good buy. Yeah. Yeah, so you do see there's a lot of celebrities that are into the space as well. You can see Snoop Dogg, he have this ape here, and then Paris Hilton is huge on NFTs. The one that she's using is her own collection. She do own a few apes as well, so she is huge, like her bag is huge. We have Brooklyn Beckham, so this is David Beckham's son, so he's into NFTs as well. You have Eminem, he is holding a Bored Ape, and then you have Justin Bieber. He is a part of this community called In-Betweeners. So I do have I do own all of the NFTs as well. So this is one of, like, they call it like the blue chip projects, essentially. Yeah, so that is a few of the celebrities that have NFTs that are into the space. Yeah, so the next question is where to buy NFTs, and there is a lot of marketplace where you can buy NFTs. There's also a lot of blockchain, like different types of blockchain as well. So most of the transactions and most of the solid projects, they are usually on the Ethereum network, which people call it the main net as well, because that is the first ever blockchain as well, and also one of the largest. So most of the things are transacted in there. So I would say the largest one would be OpenSea at this moment. There are a lot of marketplace coming out, like Rarible, Mintable, and then there is like so much more. So that is that. Yeah, so next we go how to buy an NFT. So for this, you will definitely need a digital wallet to buy your NFTs. We do have, I'm going to show you later on at the end of this slide. I would show you how to buy an NFT. So I think that would be much easier as well. So, first you'll need to have like a wallet. So there is a wallet called the MetaMask wallet, where you will need to, it's really easy to set up. You just download the app and then you just kind of, get a wallet, and then you will definitely need cryptocurrency as well. So depending on the blockchain, most of my NFTs, I usually buy them that are into the Ethereum network. So you'll need you will need Ethereum. Yeah, so I think somebody's feeling like Picasso. Okay, so that is that. And later on, once you have your cryptocurrency, then you can go to the network. You can go to the marketplace and, to actually get your NFTs. So that is that. Yep, so the next one is how to make your own NFTs. So for mine, it's a collection. It's 8,888. So for that approach, we use we actually got a dev to help us with that. And we needed to make out, we needed to put our artwork in the smart contract and then kind of deploy it ourselves. But if you were to just make like one artwork or 1 to 2 artworks and things like that, you can actually just go to OpenSea and just start your own collections. It's really easy. You just go to the website, you just click create. You will need to have your own wallet, of course, because once you sell your artwork, you will need to get paid. So you will need to do that. And that is a really easy process, just like this screenshot. So you can do that if you have if you are an artist, or you have some artworks, or you just want to like put up your selfies or anything, as long as it's in digital form. You can even do like music videos, like videos, anything can be NFTs essentially. Yeah, so I would say that a lot of the times people look at NFTs and they just think, they don't see the value in it, because they're like, oh, it's just a JPEG. Why is it overpriced? And why are people doing this? I can just upload on my Instagram, or I can just upload on my Facebook, on my Twitter, and that is artwork. Or I can just sell it, right? I can just sell my artwork on like Facebook or something like that. And it's really different, because other than just having like digital asset in the blockchain, essentially what we are doing is we are actually giving like ownership rights to its original creators. So this is in the creator side of view, is that, like, for instance, let's say if you are a singer, right, that like you make music. So you are the one that makes the music, that goes to film it and stuff like that. But then, once you sell it to like a music production company, or like like a music, what do you call it, like a music studio, you actually don't own your music anymore. So if they ever use your music to get brand deals, or put it up on like those music labels, and if they sell your album, you actually don't get a cut of it. And this is what a lot of artists are actually facing, is that they don't technically own their music or their work, because it has been sold, right? And because they needed to go through this middleman, or like a medium, for them to get marketing, to get exposure, for them to make sure that, you know, all the copyrights and stuff like that is done well. But then but then like, thanks to NFT, if you put your artwork into the blockchain, essentially you can actually own the rights for it. You can sell it, you know, just by yourself. You don't need to go through a third party. And one amazing thing about this is that you can actually set a royalty, like a royalty, which means like each time somebody buys your work, you actually get a cut from it. So it's like a lifetime thing. It's like a lifetime ongoing thing, where you know, you will actually get paid for the work that you do. So this is just one of the examples, one of the many examples. Yeah, so this is basically my NFT. It's called Asian. So so our first collection, it's all women. There is 8,888 women NFTs, and because I'm actually in the space for quite a long time. I was in crypto since I bought my first Bitcoin when I was like 16 years old. That was when Bitcoin was like $80, and right now today Bitcoin is about $40,000. So that was a long time ago. So I've been in the space for quite a long time. Yeah, so I recently discovered NFTs earlier last year, and when I was in, there was this other projects like Bored Apes, you know, CryptoPunks, and then there is all these other really cute animal PFPs. And back then I wanted to get something that I liked, get something that would resonate with me. Back then there was already the ape, and you know, like my team, they actually minted the Bored Ape, but I didn't mint them because I just didn't resonate with them at that time, because I didn't really look at this as like an investment point of view. I just wanted to own something that I like, and you know, something that I could use like a digital artwork. Yeah, so that was my whole journey back then, and I kind of found out that, you know, I realized that there wasn't much Asian representation in the NFT space, because there's so many NFT projects that comes out every single day. And there's also not much women projects as well. Most of them are quite male dominated, and also towards the Western side of things. So that is what inspired me to start my own, because I do see that gap that needs to be filled. So this is how my collection came out. So I started working with this with two of my other friends, which is our co-founder. We did the artwork. We went to look for a dev. We did all the websites. We literally built our community from scratch. And today we have about 15,000 members on Discord, and we have close to 5,000 unique holders of our NFTs. So you can check out our website on top. It's asiannft.com. You can have like the full website information and stuff like that. So we actually sold out 3 months ago. We minted on, so we released on December, and we minted out, we sold out on January, so January 15. So it took about approximately 12 days for us to mint out. So this is the trade variety for our collection. We have a total of 8,888 supply, and for our NFTs, we actually broken it down to five rarities. So there is the Goddess, which is like the rarest one, and then there's ultra rare, super rare, and stuff like that. And a lot of the times when people buy NFTs, they would actually look on the rarity as well, and the price would actually be based on that. So the rarer it is, the more expensive it will be. So one of our rarest piece, our Goddess piece, was actually sold, I bought, or like somebody offered it for like 10 ETH. Yeah, and then for like the normal ones, it's about 0.08 ETH. Yep. so this is it. And oh, in terms of our royalties, as I mentioned, because we are a creator, so each time when there's like a secondary sale, like if you buy it, like each time there's a sale in the secondary market, we will actually get 8% royalties from it. So this is the creator fee. Yep, so this is the screenshot of our collection on OpenSea. As you can see here, so this is our collection. We have 8,888. It says 8.9 because I think it rounded up. We have 4.5 thousand unique holders, which means essentially average each holders owns about 2 of our NFTs. This was the floor price yesterday, which is 0.1. With today's ETH price. So everything here is in ETH. It's not in US dollars. So let's say if you want to know how much is 0.1 ETH, the market price today is about 3,000 US dollars for 1 ETH. So it's about like $300 for one of our NFTs. So the floor price essentially means the cheapest NFT that you can get. Like most of the time, the floor price is the most common ones. So that is it. And then there is this thing called the trading volume. So you can see here the trading volume says 4,700 ETH volume traded. So what this means is that this is the overall market of how much like the public has actually bought our NFTs. So if you do the maths, 4,700 ETH times 3,000 US dollars, because 1 ETH is 3,000 US dollars, it's actually 14 million USD traded. So you know, just to think about the volume that is in the NFT space is really insane, because my NFT collection it's not like the top one. So even the thought of 14 million USD has been traded by just buying our NFT art. It's really insane. So going back to the royalties, we do earn 8% of each sales made. So if we were to take 14 million here, we from secondary sales, we have made about 1 million USD just from that. And what is really amazing about these royalties is that it's infinite. So every day we do have sales coming in, and regardless if we produce new artworks or not, like we will still get the royalties. So that is basically what it was. What it is for royalties. Hope that is clear. Yeah. So this is our roadmap. So for each project, most of the time there are a few things that we will put out. So other than like really amazing artwork and community, we would usually have a roadmap. So what is a roadmap? It's basically just like a vision board of what we will be doing and what we will be doing in the next couple of months as like a project. So most of the time, investors or like members would actually, before they buy, they will actually go to our website and they will ask for a roadmap. They want to see, if they were to invest their money to buy this NFT, what will we be doing it like with their funds, right? And also like the project direction as well. They will want to know like, what are we doing in the next months? Are we gonna do like digital wearables? Are we gonna do real life events? Are we gonna do charitable acts? Stuff like that. So this is our old roadmap, which is 1.0, and most of the things that are here we have already done. It has completed. So we are working towards roadmap 2.0 and things like that. So this is really, really fun, because in this space, like every day you do learn something new. It's like right now the huge, the trend right now in the NFT, in the Web3 space is all about the metaverse. So we are all jumping into the metaverse. We are buying lands that are, having like events in the metaverse. Like last month, we actually participated in one of a fashion week. It's actually the largest fashion week and the first ever fashion week in the metaverse, alongside with a lot of huge brands like ASIC, Tommy Hilfiger, Dolce & Gabbana, all these like household names. So that is really exciting. Oh yeah, here. So this was the fashion week that we participated. If you see, yeah, so there was actually a virtual runway in the metaverse. So if you hop into Decentraland, which is the metaverse, you would actually see that there is actually models coming out wearing the clothing, and it's really cool because each brand had their own booth. So for instance, like Tommy Hilfiger, even ourselves, we had our own booth as well. And if you go to Decentraland and if you go to our booth, you can actually buy the clothing, the exact clothing, and the item will actually be sent to you, to your house, and you can wear them. So I do see how, you know, the metaverse and this whole Web3 will really shape the fashion industry. It will really shape how, you know, retailers, or even shape the whole e-commerce scene. It's like last time when you want to sell clothing, like this was a long time ago, you'll need like a physical store, right? You need to like rent a store, you need to pay bills, you need to like, you know, hire someone to look after the store, and then display all your clothing in the store to sell them. And later on we evolved to like websites, right? Where you will need a website to sell your items and clothing. And, you know, later on people do like live streams, and then we had like blog shops, and also we had like Instagram shop, you know, social media stores, and then like even Instagram story, you can sell things there. But I do foresee that in the future, everything will be in the metaverse, because the metaverse is basically like an open space. It's live, you know, and imagine if you can just buy one plot of land next to like, you know, Tommy Hilfiger, or next to like Apple, right? And you can kind of build your virtual store. And it's, you know, it's really fun because you don't need to pay rent. You don't need to pay utilities. You don't even need to, you know, display your things there. You'll just need to kind of set everything right. You know, maybe have a photo there and everything. And, you know, you're set, you're done. And the store is like 24/7, and it's global, and, you know, it's borderless. You can actually reach out to so many different people, you know, regardless of where you are as well. So this is how I see that, you know, the fashion will actually evolve. And I was really fortunate to be able to be a part with industry leaders as well. If you see in the photo, I'm at the second row, on the second row, on the second. Yeah, so it was really amazing because I was able to connect with like industry leaders that are in the space, like, you know, ASIC, you know, like the running shoe brand. Yeah, so I connected with him, and then alongside with all these other amazing people, you know, so that was quite an opportunity. And we do see that this is why a lot of us, everyone here in this picture, are actually building our presence in the metaverse. So it's going to be a long road because there are so many trial and errors and stuff like that. But this is really exciting. You know, we're actually kind of building like the foundation for the future. It's like stepping stones for the future. So yeah, really interesting. Yeah, so as I mentioned, we went to the fashion show, and because I'm not a retailer, I don't have any like physical product. So we actually partnered with 4 partners, retail partners in the space. So one of them was Kun Hui. So Kun Hui is a Malaysian brand. They do like custom pieces and stuff like that. They are really exquisite. They have actually done like a fashion show in Paris, and they actually dressed up a few models as well. Dressed a few like prominent figures as well. One of them is Katy Perry. So we actually brought this exact piece that she wore into the fashion show, and it was sold there exclusively just for the fashion show. This item and this dress is not sold anymore, and, you know, the designer Kun Hui was never going to make this ever again. But because of this like partnership, he actually went to his warehouse and looked for like the clothes, and he was like, okay, we can still make like 8 more. So that is what happened. And yeah, we actually put this up into the metaverse to be sold. Yeah, so these are some of the other brands that were into the metaverse as well. These are all other projects like Dead Fellas, Lion, Fang Gangs. These are all like other NFT projects, and you do see like brands as well. Like you can see DKNY, not sure if you guys know Charles and Keith, all these like global brands, they are all venturing into the metaverse. So that is really exciting. Other than that, you know, it's like Gucci, even LV, Louis Vuitton, all these like huge brands are already having their presence in the metaverse. So I would say like in the next few years or even next year, you would actually see the fashion show all happening in the metaverse. Like nobody would actually have like real life fashion show anymore, and they would use like virtual models instead. That is really exciting. So these are our socials if you want to follow. So you have, we have HNFT. So this is our Instagram, and that was, and I have my Web3 Instagram as well. So if you follow me, I talk all about like NFTs and stuff. And we do have a Twitter page. It's also Asian NFT, so feel free to follow. Yeah, so I guess that is all for the slides. And I'm gonna show you guys how you can buy an NFT. Yeah, so I'm just gonna run you guys through you know, OpenSea and what it is and how do you buy an NFT and everything else. So this is OpenSea, OpenSea.io. This is the largest marketplace where I buy up all of my NFTs. Not sure if you guys have seen. So you can see here, like the top collections. Yeah, you can see Bored Ape here. I'm gonna open, there's Bored Ape Yacht Club. Yeah, so the floor price is close to 130 ETH, which is insane. It's really insane. Yeah, so this is the ape, and usually I would click buy now to really see. Yeah, and these are some of the apes where you can instantly buy if you have like 129 ETH laying around, or you can even make an offer. So most of the time offers don't work because, you know, people wouldn't sell typically, but you can try to offer. But if you want to buy, you can just click buy now, and that's how you buy an NFT. And I do have my wallet here. It's a MetaMask wallet. So you can see there's an extension here. There's a fox here. So this is my account. Like right now I have about 1 ETH inside. And this is essentially what a wallet is. It's like a Web3 wallet. So you will need this to mint an NFT. If you have like a Binance account or like a Binance wallet, that is not a wallet. That is a exchange wallet, which is different. To buy NFTs, you will need to have like a Web3 wallet, which is like, you know, MetaMask. Yeah, so this is it. So I've already connected and do all that kind of things. But if you guys want, you can just go to the website metamask.io, download the extension, set up your wallet, get some ETH, and then just transfer it to your address. I think you can just go on Google. I mean, you could just go on YouTube to really learn the process. It's like 10 steps and it's quite like boring, but then, you know, I think you will need to learn this kind of things. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other videos out there that can teach you that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to my collection and buy a few. I'll show you guys. So this is the Asian collection. As you can see, because the market moves every day up and down. There's people trading every single day. So right now with 0.08 ETH, you can buy an NFT already. So with the market price today, it's about $250 US for one NFT. Yeah. So I'm gonna see what am I gonna buy. I usually buy other projects as well. But for this video, I would buy back some Asian NFT. I do hold a huge bag of this. But I'm actually not the largest holder, although I'm the founder. There's other people that hold more NFT than I do that are really passionate, you know, of the project. Yeah, so which one should I buy? Let me see. Yeah, so this one is like 0.1 ETH, which is like more expensive. So I guess I really like this one. This is not too bad, 0.08 ETH, and it's the cheapest right now. Yeah, so we do have quite a variety of traits because we are all about representing Asian cultures and stuff. So we have the Ao Dai here, which is the Vietnamese culture. We have the Baju Kebaya here. Then we do have like really modern traits as well, like, you know, headphones, cat ears, and really different expressions as well. And we do have like this like rolling eye kind of expression as well, which I really like because it's a total vibe, you know. Yeah, and we do have really classy ones as well, but most of them are more expensive. Everything else here, it's more towards the floor price, which is the less appealing ones, I would say. Yeah, so okay, I'm just gonna show you guys how to buy. So I click this, and usually you will need to look at, for me, I would usually look at the activity, because I would just want to see like how much like the past people have bought it for. So you can see like this address called the Gopper actually minted this from the smart contract. So he actually minted directly from us 3 months ago, and he sold it for 0.15. So he made like close to double of his mint, because the price that we sold for was 0.08 and he sold for 0.15. So he actually made about like 300 US dollars by just buying and selling. So, and then later on, this person actually sold it for 0.24, which is higher, and then she earned like from the difference as well. And surprisingly, she is selling it cheaper. Yeah, so that is quite a steal. So the reason why some people sell it for cheaper is because most of the people that are in the space, they actually, I mean, they are flippers. So they are here to like flip, right? To make money. So they would actually buy a bunch of NFTs and then sell them. And then some of the NFTs would actually do really, really well. And then the rest of them, because they need liquidity, they will actually just sell it off for like whatever the price it is, just to get rid of it. So most of the time you might think like, oh, this guy is like, it's so dumb because he is selling cheaper than what he bought it for, but actually he has already made profits from other NFTs. So that is what I do as well. I used to kind of flip NFTs on the side on my another account. Yeah, so okay, so if you want to buy an NFT, you click buy now here, or you can just make an offer, but most of the time, you know, they wouldn't. You can make an offer, you can put like 0.05 or something, right? But most of the time, they wouldn't really accept it. I would say this is just based on my experience. Yeah, so I will click buy now, and you can see there's a total here, and then you click checkout. And there will always be a transaction fee that you'll need to pay. It's called gas fee. That you'll need to pay for us to approve any transaction. So this window will pop up, and most of the time, especially when you're like, you know, buying this for the first time, you'll be like, oh my God, this looks so complicated, what this is, like, you know, but basically it's just really easy. You'll just need to look at the gas price, and most of the time it will be already calculated for you. So as you can see here, the gas price is about $17, which is quite at the pricier side, because it's really depending on the market congestion as well. So if there's a lot of people trying to buy NFTs, the gas price will be higher. So a lot of the times I would avoid peak hours, especially when people in the States and in the West are awake. Those are the times where the gas price will be much higher, because you know, people are awake, people are making transactions, people are sending money, stuff like that. Yeah, but 17 is actually not too bad. So oh, I lost the window. Oh, it's here. Okay, can you guys see the window? Oh, can you guys see the window, or is it just me? Okay, so there is a window that pops up. I'm not sure if you guys see it. So I'll just need to click confirm. Yeah, and then that's it. So it's processing, and you'll just need to wait for the gas to go through, for those transactions to go through. Yeah, so, okay, so that is done. That is completed. And yeah, I'll show you guys my profile. So I do have a few profile, but these are my main one. Yeah, so these are the NFTs that I have. This is my profile. I have, yeah, so I have about a lot of NFTs. So most of them are like Asian NFT, and then there is this called Trendy. I'm just gonna show you guys some of my collections. So there's this called Trendy Gang, which is it's Edison Chan's project. You guys know who is Edison Chan? It's like a Hong Kong influencer kind of artist. Yeah. So this is his project. I bought this yesterday because I was in his community, just talking and then just supporting and stuff like that. Yeah. So that is what I have. And then this is like a new project as well. I actually minted this for 0.12 ETH. And somebody offered me for 0.3, which is like double instantly after I've just bought, but I'm not selling. But you can see that if I have sold, then I would have made like profits from that. We've made about like maybe $300 to $400 US. Yeah, so some of the music NFTs are this one. So this is by David Choi. I don't know if you guys know who David Choi is. He used to be like this really huge YouTuber. This is his project. So this is one of the first music NFT that I bought. I don't know if you guys can hear. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear, but this is his music. Yeah, so this is, and it's really overpriced. It's like you can see the current price is like 0.85 to buy one, which is about like 2005 US dollars. But because there is a demand in the market where, like people want to own music NFTs, people want to own NFTs. And this is why, prices can be quite ridiculous for just like a 13-second clip, like for this thing, it's like 2005 US dollars. It's insane, right? Yeah, so these are some of the things that I'm collecting. We do have digital wearables as well, like this one. So this was actually airdropped to me by Shopsider. I don't know if you guys know this brand, Shopsider. Shopsider. So it's kind of like a fast retailer company. It's like Forever 21 or like H&M, right? They are really huge in the States. So yeah, so this is Shopsider, and then they have their own NFT, which is this. And if you go to Decentraland, and you can actually wear this exact piece over there. So these are kind of where the fashion industry is taking off. They are all making their own digital version of clothing, and they would sell them, stuff like that. It's really fun. Yeah, so these are some of the things that we did. Oh, and for Chinese New Year, we had this collection. It's called the Lunar New Year Red Packet. This is what we did, and we airdropped to our community and stuff like that. People were really happy because, we wanted to airdrop like a blessing, right? Because, red packets, it's a way of how the Asian culture kind of give like your blessing. So this is actually the first ever red packet in the NFT space. This is something that we did. Yeah, and then these are all the other random Asians that I hold. Let's see what else. What else is? Oh, this is something I really like in our collection. This is the Porcelain Lady here. Oh, and this is the In-Betweeners, the one that Justin Bieber was using. So this is his collection. I have a pink one because this is really nice. I like pink. I also have Fanta Bear. So this is Fanta Bear. This is the one that Jay Chow is using. His project. So it's really insane because this space is so new, and then you get to connect with all these celebrities, which is really fun. So this is my Penta Bear. What else? Yeah, I do have this mutant ape. So this is so this is not bought ape, but it's from the same company. So it's mutant ape. So this is my ape. These are some of the ones that I like because I like pink tones. So most of my NFTs that I buy are usually pink. Yeah, so this is a mutant. And if you look at the collection, yeah, it's about 33 ETH. It's insane. Like the price has spiked up. I think I bought it for like 10 ETH back then, and it's like 3x right now, which is insane. Let me try to times and see how much is it. Yeah, it's about like 100,000 USD. to buy one ape, to buy this mutant ape. Yeah, which is really insane. But I do see how the prices will actually increase more due to all the things that they'll be doing and stuff like that. Yeah, so I guess that is essentially it. I don't want to, ramble and talk about other nonsense things. Maybe we can kind of perhaps open to the floor. Cheryl?
All right, thank you, Nicole, for sharing this amazing presentation with us. And I have learned a lot of new things today, and I think everyone has a lot of questions for you. Okay, so we will now proceed to the Q&A section. And yeah, we'll be doing this Q&A section in Slido. And then for those who haven't joined our Slido yet, you can scan this QR code beside this, and you will enter this Slido. And then you can enter your question in here. Okay. So because there's a lot of questions and we cannot answer all of them, so there's a like button beside each of the question, and you guys can like the question that you guys think is also your question, so that the question will appear on top, and we will have Nicole to answer from top to bottom. All right. So I'll give you guys 15 more seconds to type in your questions. Okay, so Nicole, the first question for you is, how do you market brand your NFTs to get awareness and marketability on the uniqueness?
Yeah, so I would say that there's a lot of other projects that's also kind of struggling and trying to ask me this question. I feel that there is no right answer for it. To me, when I first started, because the space is so male dominated and there was literally no Asians, no women out there in the space. Just like how when I was joining like other NFT projects, other Discord, because most of the like the whole ecosystem and everything else is all in Discord. So when I even went in the Discord and when I had my name as Nicole and I actually had my Malaysian flag next to my name because I am a proud Malaysian, a lot of the times, because there are so many internet trolls out there, they will actually reach out to me and be like, hey, this is not a girls play, you should like, go away, this is not for you and stuff like that. So because the space is so male dominated, it was really hard for me to like find my community, or even like how do I even find my presence, like where do I fit in. So what I did was that I was onto a lot of Twitter spaces. So with Twitter, you can actually have like a space just like how you have with Clubhouse, right? You can have a room and then random people will come in, talk to you. And for me, that was how I got awareness, because I didn't want to pay so much money to like just dump on influencers and just getting my name out there, because I feel that is not sustainable. Because if your project is not that great, no matter how much exposure you have, people are not going to buy, people are not going to like it. So to me, it's more of getting my message out there in the first place. So I was onto a lot of Twitter spaces, which was catering to the West. So I woke up at like 1 a.m. and I had to talk for like 5 to 6 hours or even 8 hours a day. Every single day I was on Twitter spaces, just telling my stories like, hey, I'm from Malaysia, I'm Nicole, why am I doing this? And then kind of like just talk to people about why I'm doing this and kind of sharing my artwork as well. And I managed to connect with so many Asian people that are living in the West, that they kind of feel that their identity wasn't represented enough. So that was the target market that I was managed to capture. And later on, once we had traction, Steve Aoki, the DJ, actually bought in. He actually bought 25 of our NFTs, and he actually and people kind of picked up because Steve Aoki has a lot of fans in the States. And that is how we grow organically. So one after another, because even for celebrities, right? Like Steve Aoki bought in, and then his friends saw, and then his friends bought in, and we just grew in that scale. It's more of like an organic scale. But of course, starting off would be the hardest But I would say if you are starting your own NFT project, I think you will need to kind of look at your art, look at your project and see what are the things that you're trying to solve. It will be much easier if you're unique, rather than, just having like the same, 8 derivatives that are so many out there in the market already. And it's very hard for you to, try to differentiate yourself, So yeah, that is just one advice that I can give.
Okay, excellent. So it's all about the communication, right? With other people.
Yeah, it's more of putting yourself out there. Yeah.
I see. Okay, so the next question for you is, what makes the price of an art piece increase or decrease?
There's a lot of factors that that determine the pricing. So one of them is definitely the supply and the demand. So imagine if Snoop Dogg came in, or like Justin Bieber is using an ape, or Steve Aoki is using an ape. Everyone else wants an ape because, right? And it's purely because of supply and demand. So this is why there are more people that are willing to sell for a higher price, and there are people that are willing to buy it at a higher price. So on top of that, there is also other factors such as utility, or maybe like other potential, things that investors could see. Just like how the Bored Apes, they're actually pumping right now. It's because they are actually going to have their own metaverse. And they said that if you hold an ape, or if you hold like a mutant ape, like the one that I showed, they will actually kind of airdrop you like a land for you to use. So of course, people would want to buy the land. So I mean, they would want to own the land. So they would go back and start buying it right now. So that is how people would actually buy, and there's a demand for it, and that is how the price will actually increase. Yeah. Oh, but at the same time, so if your NFT, there is no hype, there is nothing, there's like you don't post any updates, there's nothing for them to look forward to, then of course people would lose interest, and they would sell, and they would dump, right? And they would sell it at such a low price where your floor price will drop, and that is how your price will decrease. Yeah.
I see. So is there any chance for Bored Ape Yacht Club to collaborate with Asian in the future?
I mean, I don't think they will, because they themselves, they're already quite established. But essentially, if you buy a Bored Ape, if you have a Bored Ape, you actually own full IP rights to it. So what you can do is that if you have an ape, you can print it on a T-shirt. You can sell 1 million copies of them and make money, and they can't do anything. They can't sue you because you have the full IP rights of it. But if you buy a Coca-Cola can, or if you buy a Coca-Cola artwork, and if you do the same thing, they will come after you, right? Because you don't own the IP. So that is what is so interesting about this space and about NFTs, is that once you buy it, you are the sole owner of it. You can do whatever you want. So for me, I feel that if I want to collaborate with Bored Ape, I don't have to reach out to them. I just buy one, and I can just do I can kind of create like a cafe, like an Asian Bored Ape cafe, right? And I can use the artwork however I want. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. So this was also a very interesting question. So what was the process of creating the NFT art for Asians? And also, did you have a team of illustrators, or it was all generated by computers?
Yeah, so for Asian, because ours is a generative art, we have 8,888 of them. There is impossible that we would draw them like from scratch. So what we did is that I actually have a lead artist, which is my friend, and he's our co-founder as well. His name is Mr. Hike. So he is a really talented 3D artist. He has done digital assets for Spider-Man, PlayStation 5, The Last of Us. There's so much more. And I got him on board to do the artwork. So our artwork is actually pretty easy. It's like 2D. So for him, this is like, easy peasy. But the hard part was that because we had to create 8,888, so we had to do individual traits. So like, for example, like the hats, the eyes, the lips, and everything else, they are actually all layers. And we put it in a generator where they would actually generate all the different possibilities of different eyes, nose, lips, shape. And this is how we had 8,888. So yeah, we will need you. I mean, you will need someone who draws, And if you're going to create such a large collection, you will need the software as well. But if you were to just make one NFT collection, like just one artwork, you don't even need all these, you know. You can just go to OpenSea and just mint it up. It's going to be done in like a minute. Yeah.
I see. So it's kind of like a combination of human artworks and also like the AIs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, essentially.
I see. Okay. So for the next one, how do you differentiate NFTs from normal JPEGs?
Yeah. So, normal JPEGs. I would say NFTs are normal JPEGs. It's just that the JPEGs are in the blockchain. They are there, and you can see who is the owner of it. Because now JPEGs, right? Like, how do you even know who is the sole owner? You need to go Google and probably find who is the person who put it up, and then you would either go to a website that puts up, or you would go to like a random Facebook page and somebody just put it up. But you wouldn't know who actually created this. Is it the person who write the article, or who is the photographer? So imagine if, what if they don't put like the sole owner of this photo? It's like they don't put like the photographer's name or the artist's name. You will never know who created this, right? So with NFTs, let's say if you created this beautiful art, or even you took a photo of yourself, like a selfie of yourself, you put it up on OpenSea, and even if people buy, sell, and you sell it to like 100 people, you can actually see who is the sole creator of this, and it will never change. So that is the main difference.
Very clear explanation. Yeah, so for the next one, what makes you interested in NFT as first?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I was in the space for quite a long time. So my friend actually reached out to me because he minted like Bored Apes and stuff. He was really early in the space, and he told me, because I was already in crypto, so I know what is Ethereum, what is Bitcoin, stuff like that. So he was like, Nicole, you need to get some NFTs. Just load up your Ethereum and get a MetaMask, because I didn't have a MetaMask. I only had like those normal cold wallets that you just store your like crypto. That's it. So yeah, so that is how I got on. Basically, I was just curious, and I do see the whole buzz around it, like all these rappers coming in and stuff. Yeah, so I think it's just FOMO. Yeah, it's just because of the fear of like missing out. Yeah.
Wow. And then you eventually end up like having your own project.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, that is essentially what happened.
Amazing. Okay, so for next one, oh sorry, I accidentally. Never mind. Oh, okay. So this next question is from me, because I'm also in this NFT, looking in this NFTs area, but seeing so many new NFT projects coming out every day. Do you think NFT is a bubble? Like, is it a scam or?
It can be a scam. It depends on what are you referring to. I feel that with a lot of new technologies or even new innovations, there are people, like bad people and good people, and there are bad and good people, and bad people will take advantage of such situations, especially when legislations and laws are not covered yet, and people assets and stuff, they are also not insured and everything else, and it's very easy for them to get away with it. One example is just like how when Web 1 came out, everybody says that, oh, this is bad. Web 1 is bad because all the terrorists are using this as a form of communication. Because last time with satellite, like the government can actually tap into the conversations to see which country are they gonna do or like whatever they are doing. And after the website came, right, you can write emails and stuff, and these are like end-to-end encrypted. No one can actually read your emails, and everybody just started saying that, oh, this whole website, this whole internet thing is bad. I think this is basically like the same thing of what is happening right now. Behind JPEGs, NFTs can actually really reshape how we do things, even like passports, right? Like right now, for you to leave the country, you will need to have a physical passport to leave and to even authenticate that you are a citizen. And it's really insane, because what if you lose it? What if, you know, it gets lost, and you will need to go through the process of filing a police report, go to the department, wait for a few days or whatever, right? But imagine if all these things can be cut short, whereas the government will just issue Malaysian passports in blockchain, right? And you will just have it in your wallet and you can just authorize it. And there's no way someone can dupe it, because you can literally see the creator is that and I am me. And you know, this is the only NFT, and there's only one ever, right? It's not like someone else can hold it and say that it's him. It's not like just taking a screenshot. So that is what NFTs can actually shape, not just, you know, photos, but official documents. And there's so many things that we can do in terms of like the security side of things. So if you're looking at the investment side of things, where is this a bubble? It can be. There's a lot of things that are really overpriced, just like how the music NFTs, although I own one 13-second clip, it's someone selling it for close to $2,000 US, right? It's insane, you know. Right now you can just go on Google and just buy or like even download music for free, hours of music for free. So it is a bubble, I would say. But if you're a smart investor, you would see that the supply and the demand, and because the market is so new, a lot of investors saw this as opportunities to make money from it. And this is just part of it. I would just say this is part of, you know, the whole technology bloom. So yeah, I would say that in the years to come, everything will be more stabilized. Everything will be, you know, it will make sense in terms of pricing, everything else. Yeah, but for now, this is how things are. Yeah.
I see. So it's like an opportunity and also a trap in the same time, right?
Yeah, you would say that. Yeah.
Just like every investment.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this question state, can I screenshot the NFT and sell it? And will I get sued?
Yeah, you can screenshot and sell it. And then, I mean, there's a lot of other people that are doing this already, and this is why they are called like fake projects, right? Like even for Asian, there's so many people that just screenshot, just save the photo and just mint it up. And there are so many other people that thought that this is the real thing and they just buy because they don't do their research. Yeah, so I don't think you will get sued for now. At most, if people report you, you will just be taken down. Yeah.
So yeah, it's best to not do this, right?
Yeah, wouldn't recommend. Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, what made you trust and believe that NFTs and cryptocurrency were going to be successful in the future or even now?
Good question. What made me trust? I would say that for just the whole concept, like back then when I was 16 years old, I didn't really know much about what it is, honestly. I didn't even know how to look at a graph, like what is up and what is going down, right? What I mean, how does the whole, you know, how money even works, you know, how is money even printed? All these things, I had no idea. So back then, I think I actually stumbled across this article. So this article wrote of like the implications of of Bitcoin and what is Bitcoin. This whole article basically said, it was a really long article. So it basically said, what is the future of currencies? And it did a breakdown of how we have evolved last time from like system butter, and we use like seashells, we use paper, we use paper money, you know, all these kind of things as a form of currencies. We use gold, silver, you know, to trade. And the whole article was like, okay, so what is next? And it says that in the next few years, next 10 years, Bitcoin will be the next big thing. Because to me, I think, I feel like everyone here in the room would agree that, you know, carrying paper money out, it's so inconvenient, especially coins, right? It's like I mean, like, I don't think anyone would enjoy doing that. Imagine if you can just pay everything through your phone, right? Everything is so convenient, so fast, so easy. So that was basically what inspired me. And the next thing, I just went Google and I was like, how to buy Bitcoin. I didn't even had like a second thought. So back then Bitcoin was like $80. So I was like, wow, so expensive, you know. Then after that, yeah, I bought. I mean, I didn't have a lot of money back then. I was only 16, right? Like, who has money at 16? Yeah, so later on, I just bought and I just put it aside. A few months later, it was a bloom. From $80, it went to 1,000. And I was like, dude, that's like, you know, 10x. And then after that, I was like, oh wow, okay, like this is something I like. There are people using Bitcoin to buy things, and there was like other online stores that is accepting it. And I was like, wow, so interesting, you know, I can finally use my Bitcoin to buy things. Yeah, so that was how I started. Oh, I kind of forget the question already. Yeah, but basically that is what inspired me to even be in the space. And ever since I have always been here. It's been a long journey. There's a lot of ups and downs, even until now, right? It's like right now it's much better, but you know, the last couple of years, there's a lot of like, you know, bans, you know, like China ban, India ban, there's so many bans and the prices go up and down. Yeah, but I feel that we are on the right track right now. There's so many countries that are openly acknowledging Bitcoin as a form of a commodity. There's a lot of banks right now even offering to their clients 15%. This is fact again. I'm not just saying this, but 15%. Like if you have a portfolio, they would say like, okay, 25% you should buy shares, 25% you should buy this, and they would recommend 15% at least to buy Bitcoin. So that is really exciting. You know, if the big institutional, all the big boys are saying this, like you just look at all the big tech companies, and if you look at their holdings, most of them hold Bitcoins, and you know, it only makes sense that we should start to. Yeah.
I see. Okay. So the next question for you is, what is the basic requirement if we want to start our own NFT projects?
Basic requirement. Well, I guess you don't need any requirement. You just need like a digital photo, and you can already mint it up. To start an NFT project, it's more complex. A project is more complex. If you are like a one-on-one creator, you just want to put your photos out, then that's really easy. Yeah, if you want to do a project, it's more complex. You need to have a whole collection. You need to kind of think of why are you doing this, what kind of value you would bring. And you would need to kind of form your own community as well. You need to have your own Discord, stuff like that. Yeah, it's more complex.
So you will need a group of people, right, to start your own projects.
Yeah, I would say you will need someone that is there to do, because there's a lot of things to do, although it's just small things. You need to like keep them like updated. You need to have a website. You need to have your artwork. You need to run the community. You need to be there. You need to do Twitter spaces. What else? You need to reply to emails. You need to do like collabs. You need to collab with other NFT projects. You need to connect with other NFT founders. Yeah, do partnerships. It's a lot of work. So I would say you would definitely need at least like 2 people. Yeah.
I see. Just out of curiosity, do you need IT knowledge to start an NFT project? I mean, like all those AIs.
I would say like if you have enough passion, you can do anything. So even for myself, I don't have any IT background. I've never done any code. I don't even know how to read code. Don't like all this HTML thing. But because I had to do this project, I had to learn. So I feel that everything else, you know, you can just Google and learn it. Can learn how to change color on the website, how to read codes, all these kind of things. So I do know basic codings right now because I do need to read the smart contract to make sure. I mean, I do have a dev, but he will then do all the things right, and I will need to prove it. I'll need to make sure all the payouts are to the right address so that I don't get rugged. I don't get scammed by him. So you will need basic codes to kind of really understand. So that you don't get rugged. I feel like it's just like in any business, right? If you open like a aircon service business, although you don't really know how to do it, but you at least need to know like what it is and where does all the pipe goes, all the basic things. These are kind of things where you can just learn on YouTube, or you can just learn like in a day, as long as you're just passionate about it. Yeah, so I wouldn't say you need any knowledge. Everything else you can actually outsource to get a dev, to get someone to do the website, someone to open the social media account, all these kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah. So we will do a couple of more questions, I think. So for next one, we have heard that there's a lot of NFT project which they call rug pulling. So his question is, what will they pay out or any risk they must take when they decide to rug pull?
Okay, good question. So I would say that because there is not much laws around it, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of the projects, some of them are really, really rug projects where, you know, they actually think of rugging from the beginning. That is quite rare, but a lot of the times it's real life people that really wanted to make it work, but then after minting out, they realized that the expectations that they put out was impossible to deliver. So they just decided to just give up because they have already sold out anyway, you know, like, why are they doing this? Like, why are they, because to sell out is easy, right? Because you just need to market and then just give out fake promises or stuff like that and just tell people that I'm going to do this. But after selling out, that is where the hard work will start, you know, is where you will need to really execute things that you have said before. And this is why even for us, after we have sold out, I'm actually spending so much time, like even more time, just to deliver all these, like all my roadmaps, right? Even after roadmap 1 is done, I am so busy working with roadmap 2. And after I have drafted roadmap 2, I'll need to deliver them. So I would say that most of the time, like other projects, they just overpromise and they underdeliver. And then a lot of the times people do bash them about it and stuff like that, where they feel pressure. That's why they rug. So I think this is one of the, because I do speak to other projects that kind of call rug, but essentially they didn't have the intent to. Yeah, but I would say that there are risks, because if you're based in the States right now, they have a law around it that they can come after you. And if you go on Google, I think there is 2 guys, 19 years old. They were actually caught because they actually literally said, like, they had proof of them saying that, oh, we are gonna run this project, and they did. So all these kind of things, you know, the states did take action towards them. So these are the risks. But I would say like other risks would be because, you know, the internet is a scary place. So, you know, even having your name out there, you know, there are hackers where they can really find you and stuff like that. So if you really decide to rug for that 1 million, 2 million US dollars, I guess you will really need to think if that is worth it, because, you know, your whole life may be ruined. You know, it's like you won't be able to even have a proper life in the internet anymore. So that would be the only risk. But yeah, but just to put it out there, I have no intention of rugging. I mean, I've already been to so many places. Even now, my face is just out there. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, for the next question, I think this is the same as just now for like the basic requirements. So I think we'll skip this one. Yeah, and I suppose this will be our final questions for today. When you were getting started in the NFT space, did you ever lose a significant amount of money?
Yeah, of course. I feel like I've been scammed so many times. Like a lot of times. Let me just say the few recent ones. Yeah, I have like scammed like my wallet getting drained, because one thing about this Web3 wallet, this MetaMask wallet thing, is that you need to be very cautious. I mean, because there is so many times, because I'm out there, so people do know me, so they will try to send me links and stuff like that. They'll be like, hey Nicole, check my project, or like, hey Nicole, check out this PDF file. And if you click it, it's basically like a link where they actually, you know, they will drain your wallet. It's actually like a purchasing link technically. So you click it, and then they will just auto connect to your wallet, and then that's where they will drain your funds. Yeah, I've been drained a lot of times, and I guess this is how we learn. You know, this is part and parcel of the whole like industry, like the whole NFT scene, is that yeah, you will need to get scammed at least one time for you to learn. That is what I always say. Yeah, but it's okay. You know, money can always be made. I feel that it's fine. So this is why that's how we learn. Yeah.
It's part of the journey, right?
It's part of the journey. Yes. Yes.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you, Nicole. I think that's all for it, for our Q&A section. And
Yep. Thank you so much for having me.
And yeah, just before ending this event, we are going to do a photo shoot session. And yeah, all right.